Well, there's been some new developments that have caused us to kind of modify our plans for the future here. The weather forecast for the next 5 days is calling for possibly heavy rain or snow, depending on elevation, as well as significant wind. In other words, it's going to be a miserable 5 days on the trail. So the plan now is we're going to pull up here just in a few minutes and try and make it another few miles down the trail, maybe 2 or 3 more miles, so that come tomorrow morning we can hike the remaining 3 miles more or less to Highway 74. That's where the Paradise Cafe is located. Get a warm meal then, and then try and get a ride into Idyllwild. Okay, this is a view outside of our motel room on day 2 of our kind of weather-induced zero in Idyllwild. Hopefully this will break up and we can get out of town tomorrow. Well, hello everybody. It's actually this is the afternoon of day 24, April 8th, I believe it is. And you can see that I've decided to join the same fashion show as the rest of California, or I guess actually the rest of the U.S. at this point. So there's been a change in our plans, and the change has been dictated by, well, see all this white stuff on the ground? When we got up this morning, there was probably 6 inches of snow on the ground here. Originally, we were just going to stay overnight, last night and tonight, so that we had just 1 0 day. We were going to leave tomorrow morning, get back out on the trail. But the weather forecast is showing this nasty ass storm that we're in the middle of right now is supposed to continue for another 2 days. So we're actually looking at spending a total of 3 days instead of just 1 here in Idyllwild. I guess I should have said it. Maybe I wasn't clear. We're in Idyllwild right now. So right now I'm just on a walk down to the post office to pick up a box that we have. And I am going to go into a market to pick up a few food items so that we can pretty much remain as self-sustaining as possible inside of our motel room. Trying to practice good minimum contact practices at this point. The only person I've even talked to other than Goldilocks has been the woman in the motel who booked me in. So yeah, so the videos for the next couple of days are probably going to be kind of sparse because not being on trail, there's really nothing to film. Okay, well, it's snowing like crazy on me right now. That's where dinner came from tonight. And that's where dessert comes from tonight. Okay, this is day number 3 in Idyllwild, and you can see it is still coming down. So, boy. All right, this is day number 3 in Idyllwild, and you can see it's just another wonderful hiking day. So let's go back into the motel. Well, hello everyone. As you can tell right now, we are not on the trail. And in fact, we haven't been on the trail now for 3 days. We're actually sitting in a motel room in Idyllwild, the Silver Pines Lodge. Actually, a pretty nice place and super PCT friendly. But let me back up a few days to tell you what we've been doing or why we haven't been on the trail for the past 3 days. In the last video, we were at the Paradise Valley Cafe, and I think we had decided at that point that we were not going to continue on the trail, primarily because we had some super bad weather coming in and we were running low on food. So we got a ride into Idyllwild, and we've been here since Tuesday. That would have been the 7th, I guess. And it turned out to be a great choice because we have had nothing but snow and heavy snow every single day. We've been following the San Jacinto trail report, trying to figure out how soon we can get out of here. And it looks like the storm is finally going to break tomorrow. Actually, here's a short clip of today's San Jacinto Mountain Trail report by John. I don't know what John's last name is, but he's considered a local expert on the mountain conditions.
Oh, good morning, folks. It's San Jacinto Trail Report. This time from the lowest elevation I think I've ever done one of these, here at the Devil Slide Trailhead at about 6,500 feet. Today is Friday the 10th of April 2020, probably about 9 in the morning. And as you can probably see, we have a quick shot of Annabelle. There she is. We have just measured about 14 inches here at Humber Park at the Devil Slide Trailhead. As you can probably see, still snowing, but pretty light now. Today is, day 5 of this, what looks like about a 5-day storm. Looks like it's set to wrap up at some point this afternoon. I just ran into a group of 4 PCTers who were hiding in the bathroom block from the weather. They thought about getting back on the trail today. They didn't really need my advice to say that wasn't a good idea. I think they're going to try again tomorrow, presumably coming up this way. It probably goes without saying that pretty much everything, certainly above 6,000 feet, is heavily obscured with fresh snowfall. No tracks anywhere on any of the trail system at all. That would include all of the PCT from probably around mile 160, something like that, through to about 194 right now. And snowshoes obviously ideal for everything currently above probably about 6,000, certainly 6,500 feet.
So as was clear from that short report, San Jacinto has a lot of snow on it. Way too much snow for a couple of people like us who do not have specialized mountain equipment. We don't have our micro spikes. We don't have ice axes. And we really aren't experienced at extreme snow conditions. So what we decided to do is tomorrow morning, that'll be Saturday the 11th, I guess, we are going to take one of the lower bypass trails out of here, heading towards Cabazon. We're just going to skip San Jacinto altogether, the mountain, Fuller Ridge, all those sketchy spots that have been giving hikers so much trouble. And then hike north towards Bear Lake.
Big Bear.
I'm sorry, Big Bear. So the thankfully it looks like the weather from this point forward is actually going to improve dramatically. They're not predicting to have any more snow after, well, I guess about now, 8 o'clock tonight. They said the snow is supposed to stop. So hope it'll start drying out and we can have good weather. And once we get out of the initial snow, we'll easy hiking, or relatively easy hiking, up to Big Bear. So that kind of summarizes our status right now. For any of you who might be wondering what we've been doing for the past 3 days here in the motel, well, we've been following the shelter-in-place guidelines. As soon as we got here, I did go to the post office, picked up a resupply package we had waiting there. In the same trip, I went to the local grocery store, picked up a few supplies we needed there for groceries, as well as food to eat here in the room for the next 3 days, so we would not have to go outside and circulate among the possibly infected population. Virtually no contact with anybody else. So
And wearing a mask.
And wearing a mask. Yeah, I would. Yeah, thank you. Although unfortunately we don't have an actual surgical mask, just wearing a buff over the face, but better than nothing. So although we hated to lose 3 days of hiking, it actually, I guess, has turned out to be a good thing for us. We were getting pretty worn out from 3 weeks on the trail with only one other down day or day off. So as of now, feeling pretty rested, refreshed, anxious to get back on the trail and start putting some more miles on. Same with you?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
ready.
Ready to go. Okay. The trip so far has been a lot of fun. Probably you've noticed I reopened comments on the videos, and I'm happy to say that people have been much more civil. Clearly, there are still some people that are not super happy that we're out here doing this, but at least you're being polite and respectful in your comments. So thank you for that. I don't know what else to say. At some point in the future, we may want to have another session, something like this, where we do kind of a Q&A. Maybe if you have questions you'd like to ask us about our experiences on the trail, comments on equipment we're using. I don't, pretty much anything you're curious about. We'll try and entertain those thoughts for you. So, but we want to keep this video fairly short, just to kind of give everyone a heads up as to what we're doing, and hopefully we'll have more videos actually from the trail in the next couple of days. So thanks again for watching.
Bye.